You're getting ready to move to a house from an apartment. Congratulations! Here are a few things to be considering as you're making this big move. Moving from an apartment to a house is a big step. Maybe you're going into ownership. So I'm going to be talking to you about moving with the thought of ownership, or even on your lease. If you're renting a house, make sure that you're looking to see what your responsibilities are from your house, which is my first point. Going from an apartment where everything is managed for you, you're probably getting your bill on the portal with your rent, your water bill, and you're probably managing a pretty decent utility bill unless you like to keep your air conditioning so cold in the summer. But moving from an apartment to a house creates more responsibility. Even if you're just leasing, you're probably going to have to maintain your yard. You're going to have more maintenance costs with your house, particularly if you're a homeowner. Now, if you're a homeowner, it's always a good idea when you're buying a house to ask the seller to give you a home warranty. There are so many things after a house has been lived in or even not lived in. If you're buying a brand new property that no one's lived in before, invariably there are things that have to still be fixed or looked at. For example, a friend of mine just recently moved into a house. They had not even been there a week when they had water flooding into their house from the sewer. Well, it turned out that there was a sewer problem. It wasn't something within their control. However, the home warranty saved them a lot of money bringing a plumber out, especially because it was on a weekend, to take care of the problem and to find out what was going on. So getting a home warranty, but keeping in mind that maintenance now is your responsibility. The next thing is start thinking about bigger. Now you're thinking, well, I can think bigger. Of course I can think bigger, Anna. I understand that. But when you get to the house from an apartment, your house might look a little sparse if all you're taking over there is the stuff that you have in your apartment. There's more space. So think about how you're going to decorate and how you're going to set up your furniture so that you still have that home-like feel without feeling overwhelmed by all the space in your house. You know, I know it's an exciting thing for you at this time, but it can be a bit overwhelming, especially when you walk in and there's all this additional space that you may or may not be used to. So just keep that in mind as you're getting ready to move from your apartment to a house. The last thing is, in your, let's say, 700 or 800 square foot apartment, your utilities were probably a lot lower. Well, in a house, your utilities are going to be a lot higher. What you could do in your apartment, let's say you kept your apartment at 69 degrees in the summer with the air conditioner, you do that in a house and you're going to have more air conditioning costs, which is going to cost you more in electricity. So be thinking about how you can manage your larger utility bills and still be enjoying a comfortable milieu in your house, a comfortable environment, if you will, within your home. So as you're thinking about moving from your apartment to a house, again, congratulations. Think about the extra space, the additional responsibilities, and how to manage your utilities so that the shock to the pocketbook isn't too great. If you like this content, please subscribe to our channel. And if you already subscribed to the channel, I want to thank you. Also, click that little bell so that you get notified every time we have new content. Ciao!